Good morning, students. Welcome once again to our history class. What have we learned in our previous module? Yes, correct. We learned about the Khilafat movement and the non cooperation movement in our previous class. Now, let us learn about the other political developments that had taken place during that time. While Gandhiji was carrying out the constructive program all around, some leaders like Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru of the Indian National Congress put forth the idea of contesting elections in order to create hindrance in the work of the British government and also to put pressure on the British to give more political rights and right of self-governance to Indians. Thus, they founded Swaraj Party in 1922. Many members of Swaraj Party, including Motilal Nehru, Madan Mohan Malviya, Lala Lajpat Rai, and others, were elected in the Central Legislative Assembly and Provincial Legislative Council. The leaders of the Swaraj Party, working in the Legislative Assembly, severely opposed the British and strengthened their fight in the Legislative Assembly against the British. They also put forth the resolutions of releasing the political prisoners and to call for the roundtable conference in the Legislative Assembly and demanded a greater self government and political freedom for the Indian people. But the British government, who still had majority, rejected most of their demands and did not pass the resolutions. We have already learned that the British introduced Montagu-Chelmsford Reform Act in 1919, which disappointed the Indians as the British did not keep up their promise of giving Indians a greater share in the governance of India and transferred less important departments to the Indian leaders. This caused discontent among the people, for which the British appointed commission under the chairmanship of Sir John Simon, which did not have a single Indian leader in it. Hence, the Congress decided to boycott the commission. In 1928, when the Simon Commission arrived in India, the Indians protested it by making demonstrations against them, shouting the slogans like Simon Go Back wherever the commission travelled. The British started beating the demonstrators with lathi in order to suppress the agitation. In one such demonstration at Lahore, Lala Lajpat Rai, who was in the forefront, lost his life as he was brutally beaten by a British officer named Saunders. A remarkable statement was made by Lalaji in one such protest, warning the British that their unjust and violent actions would surely bring the downfall of the British Empire in India. Let us know about the Nehru Report. The Secretary of State of India, Birkenhead, criticized Indians, saying that it was impossible for the Indians to draft a constitution acceptable to everyone. The Indian leaders of all the parties took this criticism as a challenge and made an all party committee under the chairmanship of Pandit Motilal Nehru. Children, Pandit Motilal Nehru was the father of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The committee made a report called as Nehru Report, in which the committee included many proposals such as the establishment of self-government in the colonies of India, the division of provinces on the basis of language, the right to vote, etc. The report also warned the British that if the British would fail to agree on the proposals by the end of 1929, the Indians would launch the civil disobedience movement. There was a session presided over by Pandit Nehru that took place in Lahore in December 1929, which became a pioneer step, a memorable event in the history of Indian freedom struggle. Because in this Lahore session, young leaders like Pandit Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose demanded complete independence, that is Purna Swaraj, from the British government. The resolution, which earlier was limited to ask the British for a larger share of governance for Indians, changed to complete independence from the British government. From this session onwards, The objective of national movement became the complete independence of India from the British. Pandit Nehru unfurled the tricolour flag and took the resolution of celebrating 26 January as Independence Day. On 26 January 1930, people all over the country took pledge for carrying out the freedom movement with the non-violent means for attainment of independence of India. Everywhere in the country, the atmosphere was charged with the new spirit and determination for the freedom of India. Children, with this we have come to the end of the lesson. We will learn about the civil disobedience movement in our next lesson. Now read the lesson with the help of the study cloud links given in the PDF file and complete the notes of this lesson neatly in your notebook. Thank you.